My friends, I always like to entertain myself by reading some humorous story. And so in this Christmas season, I came across one that is quite good in relations to what I want to say this morning. I know that we are on a series of a sermon relating to the gifts that is beyond comparison. And just to recapture some of you who were here in this series, what was the first gift that the Lord has given to us that is beyond comparison? You sure about that? Okay. What about the second gift? Love? Hope, right? Okay. Right. That means I was not a very good preacher then, right? Never mind. I will try to work harder on that. Now, there was a story about this person who went up to heaven and he met St. Peter. And St. Peter knew that she was a Christian and says that, welcome to heaven. And before you enter into heaven, there is a short test for you. Can you spell a word? And she was thinking, wow, what kind of theological word St. Peter is going to ask? Very tough one, definitely. And St. Peter said, no, any word at all. And so say, okay, love, L-O-V-E. St. Peter said, well done, congratulations, you can enter into heaven. But before you do that, can you take over my place just for a while because I need to go to the bathroom? And so she said, okay, what should I do? He says, anybody come in, you do the same thing as I have asked you. She said, okay, and she was enjoying, take the seat, St. Peter sitting, and was enjoying looking at the angels flying all over, and suddenly there was a man appeared and walked towards the gate. And she realized it was her husband. And she said, what are you doing here? And the husband said, you know, in your funeral service, I got so depressed, and I went out, and then I drove the car, and I got an automobile accident. And here I am. Oh, okay. Now, before you enter into heaven, I also must ask you a question. This is the test, all right? You must spell a word. And so the husband said, what word? And she said, Czechoslovakia. How many of you can spell that word this morning? Oh, we are in trouble then. Now, friends, it is not like that in heaven. All right? That was just a story. That was actually not a reflection of what heaven is all about. The marvelous thing about God is this, that He has given us this free gift. All we need to do is to accept this gift. But I have also reminded that many of us gone through Christmases after Christmases. For example, I have gone through almost 40 Christmases as a Christian. I count the number of years I have been a Christian. I thank God for every year, every moment of it. I've never regretted any moment since I have accepted our Lord Jesus Christ. But sad to say, many of those Christmases, I took the wrapping home without taking the content. I opened the wrapping, it was so beautiful wrap. The wrapping was so beautiful that I took the wrapping home without taking the content of what God intended to give to me. And so I missed the point. And it would be a disappointment for me also when for example, if you buy a gift, you took all the trouble to select a perfect gift in your mind for your loved ones. And I'm sure last night, after midnight, many of you opened the Christmas gifts. And the greatest joy for me was not actually opening the gift and looking at what the gift is all about, but looking at the joy of the recipient who received the gift. And I always watch my son with delight. He opened, and then you can see the smile, the joy that was reflected. And my son is very smart. He won't just take the wrapping and go home and say, thank you very much, Daddy. He knew the content and the value of each gift. Each gift, however simple it is a reflection of a love of auntie, uncles, mommy, daddy that has given to him. But for many of us, we took back the wrapping and we're happy. And some of us put into our cabinet, glass cabinet, the wrapping. And so, as a result, our joy misses the peace, the hope, the joy that God has in store for us.